Yeah, so we've been doing a podcast like 2 years, 2019. I started doing it like more with like a camera. I didn't have microphones. It was just bad quality. I used to do podcasts on the go where I would connect I would take two things with like a tripod and a phone, and we record like at a park or something and interview people. And
Yeah.
it was like everywhere podcast. And then 2020, kind of stopped because we couldn't do in person. And
Yeah.
it just felt bad making content in 2020. Like, why am I making content when the world's ending?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy, like the way like that you say that. It reminds me every time Joe Rogan would talk about that, like how, a lot of people were actually like tuned into him during 2020 during COVID because, and like he felt like he was providing a way for people to escape the negativity and all the worrisome and like about COVID and no work and all this. And he was like that entertainment that people could have when they were just at home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just cool, man. It's cool to do something like this.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it. I like having conversations with people because if it wasn't for this, when do you have a conversation with someone without like being on your phone or all the world distractions? You just take a little break, talk.
Yeah, you're right. It's difficult everything's social now, You pick up a phone and text instead of have a conversation. Except this guy calls me all the time.
For me, it's like not even text, but it's either calling or Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
Like, not even texting is weird. Like, I don't know. Or so when you meet somebody, it's like, oh, what's your Instagram? You don't even ask for the number anymore.
Phone number, yeah. It's like too personal to ask for a phone number.
Yeah.
Like, but let me get your Instagram or your Snapchat.
Well, that's what people know you by. Like, when you go out and you see someone in the street, you're like, yo, that's whatever your Instagram name is.
That's like, Jeezy from, so-and-so.
Yum Food Fest Jeezy.
So the Food Fest, the Yum Food Fest. What's a Yum Food Fest?
What is it?
Yeah.
Are we already starting?
Yeah, we already started.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. My bad. You wanna?
No, you go ahead. Let me hear you say it.
So Yum Food Fest. This guy Justin over here. He actually it was his idea. He actually approached me to be his partner in it, and we wanted to bring something that the Valley really doesn't have yet, which is like a food festival type of event. And we've as we've been like putting the whole thing together, we've been researching all these other food festivals. Like in LA, there's a 626 market, there's a 805, there's a, all these different, food festivals where a lot of locals, they like out here from the Valley, they drive out that way, and they've been telling us that as we like just started like really marketing this thing and promoting it. So the Yum Food Fest, man, we're super excited about it. We have over 70 vendors booked for it.
Wow.
30 of them, over 30 are actual food vendors. Over 40 are actual product vendors, and a majority of those are local. The food vendors, we do have local food vendors, but a majority of them are from out of town.
Okay.
Yeah. So, we had that strategy from the beginning to bring in food trucks, food pop-ups, people that, they're all small businesses, bring them all in from LA, Riverside, San Bernardino, the Inland Empire, and, bring them out so people from the Valley can experience food that they've never had before.
Yeah.
While also having a good time and also supporting local vendors, because I feel like we have more product vendors, like people that make and sell their own things, than we do actual food vendors out here. And so we're showcasing both.
It's like a food and culture festival.
Exactly.
So people like handmade stuff and
just
people doing the small business, because that's what 2020 was. A lot of people couldn't work. Like, what can I do? A lot of people started doing their own thing, and social media, again, it gives you the opportunity where you couldn't 20 years ago start your own little side business, or it was harder.
Right.
Now it's like, if you're a good person, you do good marketing, you got a good product.
Of course. Yeah. Tying into the whole COVID thing in 2020, I would say a good portion of our vendors, food and cultural vendors, were actually born or created because of COVID.
Oh, nice.
So as we're being approached and approaching these vendors, they kind of, when we approach people, we're very personable. Like we say, hey, we like your food, we like your presentation, right? Because we go after like interesting and entertainment type of food.
Yeah.
And in our conversations, like, wow, we see on your Instagram, you just started this business. So this is something new for you, right? You have your family to take care of, but you had to pivot for the times. And a lot of times these people they're very talented with their food and with their products. And for them to kind of jump into this at this time and share that passion is what it is with the rest of the world is, I mean, that to me is a big, it's a big thing. So us kind of giving them that platform to express themselves via their food, via their product is amazing, because I feel like we've really kind of touched on a personal level with a lot of these vendors. So to actually like talk to them every day on the phone,
their story.
We know their story, although we never met, but we're very excited to, meet them and welcome them, to our event.
So the idea came from being inspired by other events happening outside the valley, or did you always have this idea like we need to make this here, or how do you get it?
Yeah, no, I mean, personally, we both have kind of like an entertainment production background.
Okay.
So it's always been in our profession to create events and do these type of projects. I've always been a food lover, right? I would travel, just like he mentioned, I would travel to LA, go to these bigger markets, and just see the smile on these guys' faces, right? These families are there, they're having a great time. So we decided to put this together because the Valley is kind of lacking that type of experience, right? So we figured, hey, let's tie the dots together, try to put this on. And ultimately, this is kind of where we are now. It's been born. We have all of our vendors kind of booked already, ready to go.
Yeah.
So now it's just time to execute and provide a great experience.
And then, so the event is being hosted at the Palm Desert Mall, right? The where they have the murals. Is that where they have all the like graffiti murals?
Correct. So it's on the third level of the Macy's parking structure.
Okay.
And you're right, it has murals created by Pete over at Flag Black.
Yeah.
So he's kind of known for the art, in the community.
Yeah.
And he's been spending years up there just kind of creating this scenery, if you would, of just beautiful art pieces all over. And Pete will be doing a special art piece for the day of the event.
Okay.
So on the 16th, he will be creating this huge art piece that's relevant to food and to the community, inspired by Yum.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and the event itself, we could have started with this, but it's Saturday, October 16th. It's from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. There at the Westfield Shopping Mall in Palm Desert. We're super excited about the opportunity of partnering with the mall. For me, this is the first time I get this opportunity, and also the city of Palm Desert, so it's going to be a big family event. All ages. You can bring anybody and everybody. So it's something that, like I said, we're very excited about to provide this type of entertainment and then the food. I can't wait for everybody. We've been, as we've been booking all these vendors, like every time we pull up their Instagram and we look at their pictures, we get excited every single time. This looks delicious, and we can't wait for our valley to experience like some great food, man.
So you guys want to make this like an annual event, like make it just a food festival, something that people could look forward to every year, or what's like the goal for this?
Yeah, I think ultimately that's the plan. So this one will be what I like to call the proof of concept.
Yeah.
Right. See how it plays out and how it works. But I think ultimately we want to do it twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, but for sure in the spring and in the fall. Again, tying into the different food vendors that we have, I wanted to mention that. So the food vendors are actually from all over the world. I mean, we got maybe like, one Mexican taco guy, but we have, Hawaiian food, authentic Hawaiian food.
Yeah.
We have authentic Peruvian food. So there's different foods it's very cultural rich.
Yeah.
Right? So that's one of the great things is that you could come and you could experience, your traditional Mexican food, but then you could also enjoy some Hawaiian food, traditional Hawaiian food. So that's cool to see how it all comes together.
Yeah, and we right from the beginning, we had the plan to hand pick every single food vendor, and also, you know, the product vendors. And, you know, as far as like with the food, we wanted to get all different types of foods,
Like very diverse.
Yeah,
very
not
diverse.
seven taco guys.
Exactly. That's what I've been telling people too. We're not gonna have 5 taco guys, and, you know,
I think we only have 2 taco guys.
Yeah, but they do different types.
Different type
of
of tacos.
So, you know, we're gonna have barbecue, like you said, Hawaiian, you know, pizza, burgers,
Southern food.
You know, pretty much, you know, all these, and it's literally like over 20 different types of foods.
That's awesome.
And they're all, you know, and they're the mariscos, the ceviche, and like, I mean, there's what else?
Name them all. I mean, let's go down the Instagram.
Yeah, like there's so many different types, and that's, you know, we did that. The reason we did that is, one, you know, so there's no real competition between these vendors. So we want everybody to be successful, and we, you know, like I said, we wanted to, you know, just have literally all different varieties and options for people to, you know, they can get 2 or 3 different, you know, hit up 2 or 3 different food trucks or food pop-ups, you know. So it's
Are you guys gonna be doing like competitions or any giveaways or fan favorites or anything like that?
So I mean, we do plan to do maybe like a little fun eating contest, like a pie eating contest or something like that. We're gonna, you know, we do have a sponsor. One of our main sponsors on board is BAM Camp over in Palm Desert.
Okay,
like exclusive sneakers and, you know, like a premium clothing where, and they're on board. They're going to be doing giveaways, special giveaways with shoes.
Okay,
and
that's
like
awesome.
apparel and all kinds of stuff. And, you know, so we do have vendors that are going to be doing their own little giveaways and whatnot. But you know, it's there's a lot that's going to be happening. You know, so I'm glad we're able to do something like this, so we can really explain to the public and to everybody what it is that we're doing.
Yeah, there's not really any food festivals that I can remember. The only thing was like the CV food truck events 2019 with Eric. Do you guys know Eric from CV food truck?
Yeah, from here. Yeah.
He's the only type of event that I've seen was when he brought in some food trucks. It wasn't like super large scale like what you guys are planning, but that was already super cool because I never seen that. Like, you only heard about these things like in LA or San Diego, you know. And the Valley is just such a cultural place. Like, we need something like this.
Yeah.
Like, we need more events.
It was very well received, right? Eric's event over there, the food park in Coachella, it was very well received. So that just goes to show that there's a void. There's a void for something like that, and I think we kept it centrally located, you know, valley-wise in Palm Desert. So it's not too far of a drive from anybody, right? Because if you do things on the east side, and you kind of almost get like
it's too
only east siders, and then you know the west side, Palm Springs, and all that, you kind of stay over there. But hopefully, this will bring traffic in from all over the valley.
Yeah, I mean, it's that Westfield Mall in Palm Desert. That's really our only mall in the valley.
That's where everybody goes.
You know, so
if people still go to the mall,
No, I actually I used to work at the mall myself. For 3.5 years, and you know, we the weekends are always the busiest. You know, but you're getting thousands of people every week just at the mall.
Foot traffic,
yeah. So that's something that we're really excited about. Just as far.
Do you guys already have everything like booked? Is there still spots available for more vendors? Like, how's the thing looking right now?
So as far as our vendor count is, we're 100% booked. Like, I mean, if what we are creating is like a backup list. So if there's someone who wants to get involved, we'll still, you know, take their information down, and if someone drops off, then we'll kind of reach out to them. But as far as like additional spacing, we're 100% booked on that. We're gonna have some great entertainment. You know, we'll have live music on our stage with local DJs, local talent, and then Man, who actually has a couple hit singles on the radio, will be coming out and doing a couple of his performances. So he's got that the song what's his
Buzzin'. Yeah.
Buzzin'. That one, and then Return of the Mac, which is an older song, but it's getting a lot of radio play right now.
Yeah.
So he'll be there. Yvonne Trey, DJ Alex Harrington, and then we have Jesus had this idea to bring in Danza Cura.
Oh yeah, so we have the Danza Azteca coming.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the
Gabby
local,
and Armenta.
Gabby. Yeah. Okay, so you know.
I know
exactly
who they
what
are.
I'm talking about.
They're nice.
Like you know, because our 3 main focuses for this event are food, culture, and lifestyle.
Okay.
You know, and I actually, my dad, you know, since I was a kid, he'd always, you know, teach me about the Aztec culture and the Mayans and all, you know, all that.
Yeah.
And I've been in love with it ever since. You know, for my honeymoon a couple years ago, we went to Chichen Itza, my wife and I.
Oh,
we
that's
went to Tulum and all that, and it was best week of my life. You know, to experience something like that. Aside from my son being born recently, but you know, so reason I'm telling you this is, you know, so I had the idea of maybe trying to find, you know, like something like because our event, you know, it's October 16th. It's 2 weeks before like Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
So that's another, like, one of my dad's favorite holidays. And, you know, I had the idea of, you know, maybe trying to find some kind of Aztec, you know, like somebody that can do like maybe like a tribute or something, you know, and that's where he knew somebody that does the, what is it called?
The Run with Los Muertos.
Yeah.
That they do in Coachella every year.
Yeah, and I searched through their Instagram and I came across Danza Azteca and reached out to them, and they're gonna come out and do like a special Dia de los Muertos, like a half-hour performance. Like,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah. So that's something where, you know, that's all culture. You know what I mean? And the lifestyle. And that's something that I feel like, I was telling Gabby actually when I first talked to her, that I feel like the kids nowadays, you know, that whole culture is like, you know, being forgotten almost. Yeah. You got what I mean? Because like we said earlier, it's all about being on your phones TikTok and games and TikTok but like our ancestors and just our history, you know what I mean? Like that's something that's being forgotten, you know? So there are going to be kids involved with what she's doing. She was telling me, and I really want it to be, you know, we put it at a prime time. It's going to start at like 6:30. You know, the event's from 4 to 11, but we're doing it at 6:30 so that, you know, it's a time when it's going to be, you know, we're anticipating it to be pretty busy, and they're going to be one of the, you know, the showcases of the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, they do a good show. I've seen them perform maybe a couple of times. They did. I think they used to host their own event, the Culturas event, like in Coachella.
Yeah,
right.
Kind of doing something similar where they had like they had, I think, like one of the local high schools was doing like their own thing, and then they had their own. It was like, it wasn't like a dance off, but it was like two different Aztec like groups.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get pretty into it, you know.
Yeah, and it's so cool to watch. Like you hear the noises. It's like primal. You know, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, exactly.
it's like a live art form, man. It's beautiful to see. You know what I mean? So I'm super excited about that, and that's just a small part of the entire event. You know what I mean?
How are you guys doing for marketing? Like, what's because you guys have experience with marketing, right? You guys said you guys to do events. Like, what kind of events you guys used to do?
Yeah, so I mean, as far as like our previous events, like I come from I used to do a lot of concerts, you know, big scale concerts, and then I transitioned into more in the corporate world. Yeah. Which is great, but it's not as fun. Yeah. Right. You know, it's very stressful at times. So that's kind of why this is exciting to me, right? This is fun. You know, we're putting this together, but as we go, we come up with different ideas of how we want to, you know, incorporate different, you know, businesses or showcase local creators. But you know, Jesus here, he did a lot in the nightlife around here as well, and I think one of his real strong points is his social media marketing skills that he has. Mm-hmm. And you probably haven't really seen it yet. We haven't really launched our marketing yet, but when it comes, right, when you release Jesus from the gate, it's gonna be, you're gonna have to look the other way to not know that there's something kind of going on right here in our valley.
Yeah. I myself, from 2015 to 2019, I was a promoter in the nightlife out here in the valley. Okay. So I promoted for just different nightclubs, bars, casinos. We did an event at Agua Caliente. You know, we used to do pool parties together. So, you know, we've done all kinds of events, and you know, it was, for me, like, it was obviously more 21 and up. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so this is my first opportunity to do like a all ages family event. Yeah. So I feel that makes me even more excited about it and just like motivated, because I know this is appealing to everybody. You know, it's food, it's, you know, it's music, it's, you know, the supporting small businesses, and you know, I think our backgrounds with us teaming together, this is the possibilities are endless. You know what I mean, with what we're trying to accomplish with this, with Yum Food Fest.
And then was the name Yum Food Fest like? What was like alternative names that you guys were coming up with? You guys were trying to come with the name.
I mean, it's funny you ask because we thought a lot about it as far as like different names. You know, obviously we're 760, right?
Yeah.
So we were thinking tied into 760 market, right? Because 626, 818, you know, all these different markets. But there is actually already a market 760. It's in the high desert in Adelanto. So just kind of, you know, going back and forth, and we're like, you know, what do you think of when you see great food? You know, like yum.
Yum, right?
Yum,
Yeah, that's
like
the first thing.
It's delicious. It's yum. So kind of going back and forth a little bit, we're like, all right, crazy. Let's just go ahead and name it the Yum, you know, the Yum Food Festival.
Yeah, eventually we just wanted to be known as Yum.
Just Yum.
Just like Coachella.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what we're trying to create, is that, you know, that magnitude of an event. You know what I mean? So it's
I mean, the way you guys are talking about all the vendors and all the like, I think it's gonna be. Do you guys already have a lot of like tickets sold, or is it?
Yeah. So yes, we're selling tickets. We did not. So what we did initially was we just wanted to give away tickets. So we gave away about 500 tickets.
Okay.
Right, either by people who have. So what we did is when we launched, we just opened up the website to whoever, you know, you come and you just register basically. And then we started only charging $4 a ticket. So it's only $4 a ticket, pre-sale. And then once you are there, it's going to be $5. So $5 to get in, but not including the tickets we gave away. We're at about 1,000 tickets, you know, close to like 900 tickets already out there.
Oh, that's awesome.
So with that, you know, figure in our minds, once we, you know, really get to go with marketing and all that, then so we're anticipating about, what do you want to say, like 5,000 to 6,000
5,000 to 6,000 people.
Crazy.
5,000 to 6,000 people throughout the course of the
That
you know
whole
the
day.
7 hour
From 4 to
7 hour
11.
period.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we could get, you know, 6,000 people out there our first year, that's just expressing how, you know, we could kind of grow this thing.
That sounds exciting. No, if you already have, that's the important thing, is getting those pre-sales, because then
Pre-sales,
you kind of get an idea of what's happening.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm pretty sure like the day of, so many people are gonna go like last minute. You know, and people are gonna be posting that they're there. Oh, their friends are gonna.
Exactly.
Oh, where's
Yeah,
that at? It's at the
exactly.
mall.
We were
Okay.
just talking about that. I was just telling them that
It happens every time, but it happens every time. I mean, me and my wife have gone to events where we see our friends are like, they're posting at a place, and we're like, hey, let's go check that out. It looks cool. Like,
Exactly.
there's nothing really going on in the valley sometimes, so it's cool to be able to go to events like this.
Yeah.
And you know, a few other things, you know, I want to add about like the event, just other features we have. We're gonna have like a car showcase too, which is, you know, something we're excited about. We're gonna have an area of just nice, really nice cars that are just gonna be parked where people can look at them and take pictures. You know, we're gonna have new school and
Like
old,
low-riders
old school.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
we're gonna
Yeah,
have old
that's
school, like low riders, like really nice cars, and then new school, like, you know, like the nicer, newer models, and, you know, different types of cars.
So is this all taking place in the third floor, or you're also going to be using like other areas around the parking lots?
So we are going to cram all this into the third level.
It's all
The third level, which is kind of what we were just talking about too, is, you know, we wish we did have room to, you know, expand, right? You know, real estate to expand as far as like adding more vendors,
Yeah.
you know, and doing different things like this, but we're confined to the third level.
Yeah.
So it'll all be up there.
We're also gonna have a beer garden.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's definitely attractive for people.
You know, yeah, exactly. So just again, you know, you could bring your family and your kids can be in we'll have a game zone. We'll have a gaming area.
nice.
We have
Yeah.
a gaming zone too.
So your kids can be playing in the game zone,
Yeah.
and parents could, you know, grab a beer and walk around with it and enjoy some food.
Now you guys got it all covered.
Yeah, I think so, man.
It's pretty much
so.
much all of it, I think. I mean, we have some surprises, you know, that are the day of that, you know, we're gonna have
Some announcements.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna hold off on making it public, but, you know, we have some surprises that we're, you know, definitely excited for. But you know, we're just gonna wait for the people that arrive to experience it. You know what I mean? So,
Was there any other locations you guys were looking at before going with the mall?
I mean, so we actually did the drive-in there. I don't know if you heard about the drive-in
Yeah, where
like
they
at the
show
beginning of
movies.
COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So there
remember.
was a drive-in up there at the same area, the Westfield parking lot. So we did that, and we just
Oh, you
created,
guys were the ones who put it together.
Yeah,
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So we did
I remember.
that.
I thought it was like the greatest idea. You know.
Yeah. Did you ever make
I
it?
went
out?
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So so yeah, we did that. Beginning of COVID, and that was pretty successful. But during that time, we really had a great relationship with Westfield the entire time.
Yeah.
So that was our first location that we had in mind. But again, at the same time, we knew we were going to be confined to just that area there. I mean, they have that other parking lot that's it's kind of down at the bottom on the bottom of it. But just something about being up there, surrounded with the art. You have the views of the mountains and being 3 stories up.
It's a cool environment.
Exactly, it's like an X factor. The only other option that we really thought about was the Palm Springs Convention. Oh, no, I'm sorry, the Palm Springs Air Museum.
Okay.
They have like a little lot there as well. But again, we wanted to be centrally located, and the partnership with Westfield was kind of what we wanted to go for.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the location is perfect, especially for the first event, because the art's like just having that background with everything just
adds
murals,
to
like,
it.
it's so cool.
It's
Like,
perfect.
I've been there a few times, and every time you're there, you're just like your eyes are just going everywhere.
Yeah. Like when we're up there, having our meetings or whatever, kind of mapping stuff out, there's always someone coming up, taking photos, and you see a lot of that. It's like a great backdrop for people to come in and take photos. So perfect spot.
Yeah, it's awesome. So where could people find you guys? Do you guys have a website, Instagram? Like, where could people like find more information about the Yum Food Fest?
Yeah, so our website is just yumfoodfest.com. Pretty spell it out, yumfoodfest.com. Our Instagram is at yum_foodfest. And
Like YUM.
yeah, YUM. Yeah, yum_foodfest. And it's pretty much our, two main
Main outlets,
Yeah.
social media outlets. Again, tickets are only $4, $4 online. They'll be $5 the day of. And if you do follow us on the Instagram, you'll see a lot of our vendors. We post all of our vendors that are going to be there. So if you want to take a peek at it, you see who's going to be there, maybe someone maybe someone you want to, look for when you get there, then kind of map it out.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's awesome. Like, I can't wait. I'll definitely be there, going with the family. Maybe we were thinking of when I first, I don't know if you sent me a message first or Mills kind of like showed me your page. I don't remember which one it was first. And I was looking at I was like, wow, that's awesome. We want to be doing more public like videos, like, because we also do YouTube videos. So we have the podcast, but on the side we have a YouTube channel, and we want to be doing like more public interviews or just kind of vlogging to see like what's gonna be. So we're definitely gonna be there. So making some content. So definitely
absolutely.
see you guys there.
Yeah, let us know what you need. Come out, with the cameras. We'll get you some passes and.
I definitely want to give a shout out to EP Black Label, our friend Esther. She's been helping us with this, helping us put this together as well. Also, Flat Black
for sure. Pete and Chase over at BAMCAP. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for coming on the podcast. I know short notice we made it happen, and I'll definitely see you guys at the Young Food Festival. Can't wait to go. And thank you guys for watching this video. Just like and subscribe, follow these guys, and check out the website.
Yeah.
October 16th.
Let's go. Yum.